From Central Indiana's #1 news source, this is Fox 59 Tonight.
Hey, good evening. Thanks for joining us here on Fox 59 Tonight. I'm Cameron Riddle. Thank you for downloading our new Smart TV app on your smart TV. That's on Apple, Roku, and Fire TV. Just look for that pretty blue logo right there. If you don't have it, it's called Fox 59 now. And if you are watching us on YouTube, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you never miss any of the conversations that we have every night at 8 o'clock right here on Fox 59 Tonight, talking about everything that happens from the White House to your house. And on this show, we're going to go a little closer to what's happening at your house. At Watkins Park this weekend, I should say. You will hear the sounds of Naptown DJs at the Naptown DJ Fest. That's at 23rd and MLK on what we call the near northwest side. Watkins Park from 11 until 7, you will find some of Indy's best DJs, some DJs from out of state, but everybody has a couple things in common, that everybody loves music and everybody wants to have a good time, and they're going to do it collectively, and they invite you to come join them on this Saturday. Naptown DJ Fest. If you missed it last year, now you have the chance to go. I've got 4 gentlemen here in the studio for the very first time. We've never had 4 people in here. So one of these shots looks better than the other. So I'm just going to call this out right now. And it's got nothing to do with Lex Luthor himself. It's his background. We've never had anybody sit there before. So, we got Curtis Aker. His background looks good. DJ Long Green, his background looks good. And then Lex, we tried. But you know what? You're making it work over there.
We're going to do what we do.
Thank you, gentlemen, for coming on. Appreciate you guys spending some time here. Give a proper introduction. Naptown DJ Fest founder, DJ Long Green, co-founder, Lex Luthor, the DJ, and from the Akers Group, Chris Akers. You saw them this week on Fox 59 Morning News, so I had to get them to come in and talk a little bit more about what it is they do. So, fellas, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate
Absolutely.
it.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Long Green, let's start with you. We've talked on the radio before. We've talked about the style that Indianapolis has when it comes to mixing music. And so now I feel it's appropriate that you have an actual Naptown DJ Fest. Tell us about what we're going to experience at the festival, and what makes it unique. What is the Naptown part of it?
Absolutely. I mean, the Naptown part of it is very easy. Of course, we on this day in 2023. We physically received the blend mixing proclamation from the mayor's office. Mm-hmm. And again, just to reiterate, the blend mixing proclamation is a result of 40 years of a blended mixing style that's taken place here in the city of Indianapolis. Not something we originated. The original roots really come through New York itself and Los Angeles as well, but the style stuck here in Indianapolis and really became a thing. And when I went back and took a look and had a lot of conversations and did research and interviews, it's a style that's been prevalent in the city for 42 years now, at least. Mm-hmm. So just being able to get that documented was kind of the big thing. But being that we did get it documented by the city as an official part of the heritage and culture, it was like, we got to really celebrate this thing and really build more into the culture intentionally. And so the next best thing seemed to be was to let's throw a festival to celebrate the history as well as the achievement in the city receiving and recognizing the blended mixing culture style. So that's really the heart of where the festival came from, directly from the proclamation. But this year is our third festival, and we're going to have 3 different stages where DJs will be performing from. They'll be performing 20-minute sets, and we'll have in total about 60 DJs performing this Saturday.
So I should have asked you for some clips so we can maybe show people what blended mixing is, or I have to let them hear it.
Sure.
Because I've been in radio and TV for some time, so I get critical of DJs. I'm like, why do we mix that? So I'm by no means a DJ, but I know what good sound is supposed to sound like. So, what is it that we will see this weekend at Naptown Fest?
Well, you're definitely going to see a lot of DJs. We've got some of our legendary DJs that'll be performing. The DJ Kings, the $1 Million Hitman, Top Speed, Marcus Wayne. There's so many. It's hard to name, but there's Carlos Mayberry Mix. I mean, some of the guys that really go back to the origins of this whole style of mixing. So we'll have a lot of them. We'll have a lot of upcoming DJs. As well, we'll have some that are veterans, but maybe haven't been around quite as long as some of our more historic legends. But then on the other side of that, we're going to have areas of entertainment for the kids, like the Acres Group in Special Olympics Indiana. Well, they're one of our sponsors, and so they do a setup for families there. We'll also have vendors, food trucks. We'll have skating as well.
Okay. How you gonna have skating?
I mean, skating, hip hop, DJing, they all kind of go together, and at least they have symbiotic relationships. You know what I mean? And so,
but there's obviously some kind of pavement somewhere at this park for this.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. The tennis courts, that's what we converted last year, and so we'll have that again available to us this year. So it just becomes a really cool day in the park. So
you mentioned the Acres Group. Chris Akers, do me a favor, one slide a little bit this way. There you go. Now you're centered. Sweet. Tell us about the Acres Group and what you guys are doing there this weekend.
I'll be glad to tell you about the Acres Group. So we are a small organization that works with families and children in schools, really helping them make pro-social decisions. And what I mean by that is that if children are in schools, the schools can reach out to us and we can help children in need through coping mechanisms and different opportunities for them to get themselves pulled back together so that the educational experience can be what's right. But we also do lots of community engagement, back to school nights, and then even with DJ Fest, we will set up a obstacle course, to help children have a healthy experience, a fun experience, and then also the families. So we encourage the families to race with the children. That's kind of a thing that's gone. I know I don't look like it now, but growing up, one of the coolest things to do was to race each other up and down the street, that kind of thing. So we set up a fun obstacle course, and also being a part of it with the BAM organization, giving DJs that have intellectual disabilities and autism an opportunity to get into culture and blend and mix and really create a sense of unifying, not only through sports but music as well.
So tell me about your organization. How long have you been doing this, and where are you guys on a daily basis?
Sure. So, wow, it's been 12 years now. 13 years. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. We do a lot of work with IPS currently. We're looking to do some work in Fort Wayne as well. We do work in Wayne Township, also in Avon. We were in Avon. We're doing some back to school stuff for them still. So really those are kind of our main school corporations. I mean, with IPS and Fort Wayne being the two largest, those are large vessels to help promote unification through their school systems, as well as Wayne. So that's kind of where we are now.
So I know, just talking to you already, I know reading is something you're big on, as well as music with this connection. When you go into these schools, what are you tasked with? And then what's your goal?
Sure. So one of the things that we're tasked with really, Cameron, is helping students have a unified experience, right? So if you're a child without intellectual disabilities, sometimes you can be judgmental and crass. Like, let's just keep it 100, right? And so what we do is we show the children that, man, everybody has an opportunity to participate. It's not a us and them. It's a we type situation. And so through our reading program, where you can go on YouTube and look up "Read Like a Unified Champion," and you'll see that there's books that we read, and then we give those to the school. So the teachers can look those books up, show the students that sometimes it's me reading, it's other folks reading. Then there's like these kind of 3 questions at the end, and so it really just again brings everyone together through our reading program, and then through our Special Olympics program, we promote sports and other opportunities, like I said, and music being a new one. But there's I can name all the sports, but like there's basketball, obviously soccer, even cornhole this year is a new sport that we're introducing, along with bocce ball. So we go into schools. We promote kind of four pillars, are really three main components that we always talk about. Not four, but one being inclusive student leadership, right? So that's a leadership group that has folks with and without intellectual disabilities coming together. We also promote sports and music opportunities. So it doesn't have to be just sports, but it can be art even, if you like. And then our third being a whole school engagement. So really getting everyone involved in the unified movement.
So you the word unified and unification.
Uh-huh.
Who are you? As you said, I mean, you have in education we have two sets of kids. We have
Sure.
special ed,
Sure,
and we have gen ed.
Uh-huh.
What I'm hearing is you make the worlds come together.
we bring both worlds together, so that so really that the only difference between those two is the tag that the folks put on them,
Mm-hmm.
but doesn't necessarily need to make them who they are,
Mhm.
like, because they all have the same opportunities.
And so, do you spend more time with kids who fall into the gen ed category, or because you explain that part? Like, how do you get in and tackle and let them know that, hey, you come from different places.
Sure.
The goal is to get you to the same,
Yep.
destination, which of course is graduation.
Right.
But what's your tactic to make for them to even give you your attention?
So we show them that it's fun. So through whole school engagement, I talked about that. We provide free. What do you call those? Because we call them whole school engagement, but convocations.
Yeah.
So we provide free convocations for the schools, and we come in. There's music, there's dancing, there's teacher challenges, there's all the fun things. There's some giveaways, and just really an opportunity for the whole school to say, "Oh man, this looks like it's fun."
Mm-hmm.
But the message behind what we're talking about is always being, we want to make sure that that everybody has an opportunity. Everybody should come together, and nobody should treat each other the wrong way.
Mm-hmm. Okay. If there's a principal out there or somebody who's interested, is like, you know what, I need to have them over at my school, how can they get in touch with you?
So you can go right on the Special Olympics website and go to the Unified Champion Schools tab on Special Olympics Indiana, and you'll see my picture and my emails right there. And so my email is CAKERS at soindiana.org.
So Saturday, you
Yeah.
guys will also be out there
Mhm.
at Naptown DJ Fest.
Correct.
Make that connection for me.
So again, we talked about the BAM organization that Long Green started. He approached me and like, hey man, we want to provide an opportunity for everyone to enjoy music and to learn the art of DJing. How can we make that happen? So we start to promote it, right? And we just promote those opportunities for the folks that we're connected with, right? We are in the community of folks with intellectual disabilities and autism, and that's where the connection comes from. Plus, I'm one of those old school DJs from a long, long time ago that doesn't do it anymore because I'm not good at it, right? I was one of those chief party rockers. Oh, let me blend this song to this song and let me talk real cool, and make it happen. So the love and the art of DJing is in my blood, right? And so, it was just a great opportunity to be a part of it.
Naptown DJ Fest this weekend, 11 until 7, Watkins Park, 23rd and MLK on the near northwest side. Acres Group, you'll find them there. You'll find Naptown DJ Fest, but then you got two co-founders here who helped put this together. So Long Green, we talked about how this kind of started with that proclamation,
Sure.
identifying that, hey, Naptown does have a style of DJing and mixing music. Now, how did you start roping people in like Lex over here?
Honestly, Lex is really my right hand to a lot of things that I do, and I hope that I'm his right hand as well as far as being able to accomplish things that he wants to do. But really, Lex has just come along the journey. I think he kind of believed in some of the things that I was seeing and the thought that we could get it done. And so I'll be honest with you, as successful as I am as a DJ, I couldn't touch half the things that I touched without Lex's help. So he became pretty critical to everything that I was kind of thinking and being able to flesh out and execute. So Lex has been in the front seat with me this entire ride, from the proclamation up until the BAM Foundation and the goals that we have for that particular foundation and what we hope to accomplish similarly to Unified City Champion Sports. So that they're really our model and our blueprint, and being able to merge communities together through music. And so that's what our big goal is, because we have several different mediums, whether it be DJing, production, even music engineering. The love of music and the desire and passion to work with and in music is not solely exclusive to folks with non-disabilities. And so letting folks with disabilities understand that there's a community and there are people that they can do some great things with and help them feel more included and feel more a part of the overall music culture, because they certainly contribute through a number of challenges. And we just want them to receive kind of the same spotlight, let people know that they're out here too, and also give them a space where they feel like through music, through sports, some of the stigmas and what have you are kind of broken down, and so that's what we want to do, is really make sure that we can bring people together and we can see value in each other, no matter what our ability level is.
So I have two random questions for you both.
Please.
And I'm going to start with you, Lex Luthor, the DJ. How did you come up with that name?
Oh man, well, it was a process. I'm quite sure, like everything in life, you know, you go through changes, and I basically just try to find something that worked. And I was really big on, DC Marvel comics.
Okay.
Just I had to figure out, what would be something that would catch and grab somebody. Who is this guy? Who is this man? I came up with the name Lex Luthor, the DJ, and I went through several monikers, but Lex Luthor, the DJ, seemed to stick and has a nice ring to it.
It does have a nice ring to it. So, what for you? When you're growing up, now we're in a different time because we're inside of a TV station doing a podcast, which this is technology that we didn't know existed even a couple years ago. So back when you were coming up with that name, what did you think? What did you want your career of DJing to be? Was it always that I want to be a DJ in the clubs, I want to DJ at parties, I want to be a DJ on the radio?
All the above.
All the above.
All the above. I've always had a love for music. Growing up as a child, my aunt bought me my first record. My uncle was a DJ, and I think for me, once I finally got to see, a DJ in action and actually know what to do, because as a kid you listen to the radio, and and this is a story I don't really tell too many people. So as a child, riding in the car with your parents and everything, and hearing the songs on the radio, I thought the acts were actually at the radio station. I didn't know nothing about, actually, that there's a record or, cassette being played, I'm thinking the actual artists are at the station. So, once I figured that out, and everything, I'm like, oh, okay, that isn't true. But, it just caught my interest, it was just something that I was drawn to. And my love for music today hasn't changed since the first time, I've actually appreciated it. So this journey of being a DJ has taken me places that I probably never would have gone or ever seen without being a DJ. I mean, I think it's the greatest thing in life for myself. They say if you find something you love to do as work, you'll never work a day in your life. And that's how I feel about DJing. Well,
I know you thought the acts were always there, but when I started working in radio, that's when I realized, none of these people are here.
None of these people are here.
The DJs sometimes aren't there. Like I always thought, like Tom Joyner. I'm thinking he's downtown.
Right.
Tom Joyner's in Dallas, and other people were wherever else.
Knew nothing about simulcasting.
Yes, nothing about that. And one of my first job, I guess that'd have been my second job. My second job at Radio One. I first was a promotions assistant. I go out to the events and set up things like this. But then I became the producer of some of the shows. So I was doing what we used to call the Mickey Ficky mix.
Oh yeah, that's my favorite.
Mickey Ficky mix. That was me back there, and that's when I realized, oh, the DJ's not even here all the time. Now sometimes they were,
Yes.
but the Mickey Ficky mix went to 2 a.m. And so I'm always thinking, as a listener, that DJs are in there until 2 a.m. Now sometimes they were.
Right. Sometimes they were. Now this was pre-internet. Now they were still carrying record crates. I remember the mixing. I remember when it first started. 96 on La Paz Trail.
Mm-hmm.
It's just looked real. Okay, nice and
La Paz Trail. I've never had the pleasure of going to La Paz Trail, but all the stories tell me it was a very humbling experience.
The grassroots. I mean. You go in the front office and everybody's looking real professional, and you go to the back and the back door is open and there are fans blowing because there's no AC in there, and it was a great time for being a DJ in the city. Shout out to Bill Shirt. He's the one that really brought that hip hop to the airwaves, because for a long time you couldn't get a hip hop song on the radio for WTOC. It was not happening. Then they finally started doing it. And then, I figured, WTOC had to step up their game once, Hoosier 96 came along, and they were just playing all of the current and new music, and, and just bringing out acts. I remember them bringing the Beastie Boys, their first year celebration to that would be
Market Square Arena.
No, Union Station, 1989. They brought the Beastie Boys there. They threw a party, and it just seemed to just grow from there. Like it was just it was an amazing time. Like it can't be explained. It was just nostalgic. Those type of things don't really too much happen like that anymore. It's really more planned out, and everything. But it just seemed like then everybody, it just, had an idea and it happened that day. I know it didn't, but that's the way it just seemed like. Times were simpler. There wasn't no internet, really around. You had to really rely on face-to-face conversations with people, and actually physically going to go and get music from a record store, and you had to talk to people. It isn't the way it is now. Not saying that the way it is now is bad. It seemed more. I guess the most relatable word I could say, it was just more interaction. Where as far as people stay there, really isn't too much interaction as far as communications one-on-one. Everything is done on your phone, on your laptop, and everything. So it's been a great time. Love it.
DJ Long Green, how'd you come up with that name?
Honestly, my late cousin DJ Skrill and I came up with the name. And ironically enough, today's the actual day of his passing in 2017. The big thing for us at that point in time, like my DJing journey started in the mid '90s, and then it really kind of accelerated once I went through the radio and television program at North Central High School. But after high school, I really kind of left it alone completely until DJ Skrill became my neighbor in about 2011. And so during
with that voice, you decided you weren't going to do.
I'll be honest with you. Skrill was kind of the poster child of why not to DJ for my family.
Okay. So somebody stirred you away from that.
Yeah, his lifestyle in 1920 was probably a reflection for my family of what the entire DJ experience looked like. So I was kind of dissuaded to go or persuaded to go a different route at that point in time. But it really never left me. And but how we got to DJ Long Green, again, him being my neighbor. At that point in time, I was really kind of into business and learning about money and finances and things of that nature. So as I started coming back into the game, I actually started positioning myself to be DJ Skrill's manager.
Okay.
And so we were always talking about finances and money and saving and, setting ourselves up for the long term. And so just me always talking about long-term wealth and long-term cash, he's like, we got to have long in there. And, there was already a DJ Money out there and some other cash and things like that. So he's like, it should just be Long Green. And so it became DJ Long Green from there.
Okay. Okay. How long? So 2011 is when you started kind of getting back into it. And how did you go from wanting to be, I guess we got to take a commercial break. Hey, look, so here's what we'll do. When we come back, I want you to think about this question. The question will be, how did you go from deciding I want to be somebody's manager to now, today, you are leading a whole Naptown Fest with a city proclamation and are a DJ in your own right? We'll talk about that and more. We'll be right back.